Angela Yee. What a morning, man. We started this off with a world premiere.
World premiere.
B-Dot's here.
That's right.
Good job, B-Dot.
Hey.
Will Smith and Big Sean featuring Obanga. The song is called Beautiful Scars. And that's going to be on Will Smith's new album. But you heard the world premiere here first.
Will Smith's back?
Will Smith's back. He been said he's working on an album, though.
Rappers be lying, though.
Well, listen. And Will Smith and Big Sean, you know, Big Sean just put a book out.
Yes.
And I think they've both been quite vocal about things that they've gone through in life. So I guess that's the point of Beautiful Scars.
Mental
right?
health rap. Yeah,
things that start off as adversity can turn into a positive thing.
Right.
Don't do that.
What? I'm an advocate.
But anyway, speaking of turning adversity into positivity, Derek Lewis is going to be joining us today. He's an author, but he also was a president at Pepsi for a long time. That's where I first met him, and then he retired. Now he's bought into the franchise of Dave's Cheesesteaks and all of that. So we're going to talk to him about what he has going on and also about his book. I'm excited for you guys to hear about it. It's called Survive and Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. And when we come back, we have Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's way up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
Yes,
Good
me.
job, B-Dot.
That's me.
And today I want to shine a light on my guy Meeks. Now he is he's got his own management agency, a sports management agency. It's called 3 Keys.
Okay.
And they're actually donating 25 tickets to any organization to a Brooklyn Nets game that's going to be on February 5th. That's going to be the Nets versus the Washington Wizards. So anybody who has an organization, make sure you hit him up. But he's been doing really positive things in the community. He was on Fox 5 yesterday with Lisa Evers, just talking about a lot of things that are happening in the community. And I think people respect somebody that's from there, that's been through it, that can come through on the other side and speak to it. So make sure you guys follow him, Meeks_script, and you can get the tickets for your organization that way. We love philanthropy, giving back.
I'm going to have to create an organization. I want to go to the Knicks game.
And bring 24 people with you.
Yeah.
All right, well, Kelly, who do you want to shine a light on?
Hey, I wanted to shine a light on my kid's father, Jamal. Thank you so much for all you do for our boys.
Aww.
Thank you for being a good role model. Our black boys need a good father, and I'm so happy for him.
How many boys do you guys have?
We have 3 boys.
Ooh, so
12,
you're
10,
the only woman in the house.
Yes, I am.
Well, shout out to
and
you
a boy
too.
dog as well, Benji.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, look, you feel protected.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Joe, for all you do.
All right. Well, shout out to Jamal, right? She thanks you for all you do. That's great. We love love.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Okay, have a great one.
All right. Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. You can always shine a light for last word if you couldn't get through now. And when we come back, we have your Yee tea. You ready, B-Dot?
Of course.
Let's talk about A$AP Rocky in court. You know, Rihanna was there yesterday, right in the front. And we'll tell you what is being shown in court now. We'll see how this is going to go. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
Happy Friday Eve, Angela.
And we're really paying attention to what's happening in court with A$AP Rocky versus A$AP Relly. And now there are some exchanged text messages hours after he's claiming that A$AP Rocky shot him. The screenshots from the conversation were shown in court yesterday as part of A$AP Rocky's assault trial. Relly was on the stand for a second straight day of testimony. And he alleges that A$AP Rocky set him up and tried to kill him when they agreed to meet in Hollywood to squash the beef. And then A$AP Rocky said, I tried to do what? Stop making ish up, Rel. And then Relly later texted him saying the alleged shooting was captured on video, and A$AP Rocky responded, now you're trying to extort, and we're talking about I shot at you and shot you 4 times and all type of nonsense. You are phony and you don't have the best intentions. Stop texting me and stop calling my manager and call police if I, quote, shot at you, you weirdo.
It is kind of weird to text somebody to try to clap you a couple hours earlier.
Right, like you just tried to shoot
Just try to kill me.
And, you know, also being smart enough to know that if you are going to ever do something like this, clearly you're trying to text somebody to get a certain type of response and have that as evidence.
Right.
But I don't know if this evidence works for or against him. Because A$AP Rocky's clearly saying in these text messages, I did not shoot at you. Why are you lying, you weirdo?
Right. And it's good that Rihanna was in the court, too, standing by her man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saw that. Front and center in court next to A$AP Rocky's mom.
That's what's up.
All right. Marseille Martin was on Keke Palmer's Baby. This is Keke Palmer's podcast. And she talked about her Disney series, Saturdays, getting canceled. Here's what she said.
I think it's because they never know how to really promote black television or films on the platform. I think it just kind of got overshadowed with a bunch of other projects in the line for our black girls, you know, our three main leads. For this show to be like their breakthrough, in a sense, for being seen. I can never talk about it without getting emotional.
That's how I feel about Rap Radar podcast getting clipped last year.
What? It got clipped because...
I was emotional about it.
I know you were. I know you were. You know what? You and your friend Elliot will come back with something else.
We'll
I'm
see
sure
about that.
All right. Now, Marseille Martin also talks about the worst date that she's ever been on. And here's what she said.
A worst date I've ever been on? Someone was talking too much. Someone was also just trying to be too, like,
oh, I hate the too cool vibe.
You
I
know-
prefer, like, Steve Urkel energy.
Oh, my
To be quite
gosh.
honest with you.
That's funny.
I wonder, Jaleel White's going to have something to say about that.
Stefan
Why you got to
Urkel.
put me in it?
I think we all had bad dates.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear yours.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, that was your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. In the meantime, here's a classic song. Some Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right. It's way up. And B-Dot's here. What'd you do last
Good
night?
job, B-Dot.
It was a boring night, man. I just made dinner and try to
You
pirate.
made dinner?
Yeah.
What'd you make?
I made Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and salmon.
Wow, I didn't know you could cook.
I can't. But
How do you make Brussels sprouts? Do you make them crispy? Because I only like Brussels sprouts
I like them crispy. You know what I mean? You put some herbs and spices and put them in the oven for like 20 minutes and it come out real crispy.
And you put oil on it?
Yeah, I've put oil. You know, I try
You
to
put honey on it?
Yes. How'd you know?
You could, why didn't you mention? Dan wants to say something so bad. Go ahead, Dan.
No,
Say-
you said it. You said it.
Honey?
I was going to say
On the Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, you drizzle
You gotta,
honey over the top.
just
That's
a little
what- yeah.
drizzle. You know what I mean? I try to follow those recipes on Instagram and TikTok, but they talk so fast and I have to keep running it back.
Oh yeah, that's annoying when you try to like follow a YouTube
Yeah.
or TikTok to cook, and you're like, hold on, wait, what?
Exactly. Like, slow down.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Balsamic glaze, too. Balsamic glaze.
Okay.
Over
Guys,
the
a
top
high
of
chef
Brussels.
over
Dan
here.
fancies himself as a chef.
Oh, man.
So we've seen his food looks appealing, but you know, no,
Okay, Dan.
it tastes good.
What you do?
I was actually filming Lip Service yesterday.
All right.
So we did 2 episodes. One of them, ESTG, that's going to be coming out because he's got an album coming out on Friday.
All right.
You know, and Natalia Starr. She's a porn star.
I don't think I've seen her work.
Okay.
Should I check it out? Anybody?
Dan did the research. She was
She's
cool
skilled
though.
at her craft.
She was cool. But,
Dan
but
drilled so honey on it.
what she's but what she is doing is they're doing this raffle, and so for $5 you could buy a raffle to have sex with her.
What? $5?
Like maybe you've ever dreamed of being a porn star, and then you can pay $5 and they'll tape it, and if you want to put it out, you have the option, but if you like, I just want to have this for myself, you get to keep the video.
A lot of people got $5, man.
I know, so people will try to win the raffle, and everybody's welcome to join. B-Dot, what would your name be as a porn star?
I got to think about it. Oh, I actually have it. Phil Landerer. That's pretty good, right?
You just made that up,
I just made that
you've
up.
had that in the back pocket.
Maybe.
So you've thought about this.
Yes.
Let me see if there's a Phil Landerer.
Phil Landerer.
She did mention somebody. I don't know who this guy is because she does a lot of the. I can't even say these things. Can I say BBC? Yeah.
Yeah.
She does a lot of that. In case do you know what that is? Okay. But anyway, she mentioned a guy and Dan Googled him and emailed him immediately.
What?
His name is Dread.
Yo, Dad's a
I have
freak,
a responsibility as a producer to book proper guests on a proper show. It is fitting.
When the show ended, he was like, I already reached out to Dread. I went on his page. His information's on there. It was creepy. All right. Well, anyway, we do want to talk about
Lord.
worst date stories, though, because imagine that, that is kind of a date, right?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so this all comes from Marseille Martin. She was on with Keke Palmer talking about her worst dates. And we want to hear yours. 800-292-5150. Call us up. What is the worst date you ever had? I know you had some top of mind. We were talking about it in the room. We'll discuss it. We want to hear yours. 800-292-5150.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah. You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angela's gonna say.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
That's me.
And we're talking about Marseille Martin. She was on Baby. This is Keke Palmer. And she talked about her worst date. Here's what she said.
A worst date I've ever been on? Someone was talking too much. Someone was also just trying to be too, like...
Oh, I hate the too cool vibe. I prefer, like, Steve Urkel energy.
Oh, my
To be quite
gosh.
honest with you.
All right. Now, what about you?
Yeah.
B-Dot? You had a bad date?
Yeah, I went on...
Several?
I went on a bad blind date once.
Ooh, those are always, yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't forgiven my homeboy for that. We went to Dallas BBQs on 23rd Street here in New York City, and it was bad, man. She had the personality of like a cactus, and she was ugly.
You got her a margarita at least? A jumbo margarita?
I tried my best, man.
Good job, B-Dot.
You're like, I'm trying here.
Bad job, man. She looked like the Tick.
Stop it.
She did.
All right. You're rude, too.
It's true. Oh, my goodness.
You can be rude.
I'm getting mad just thinking about it.
Listen, it's always a blind date setup. My friend Jamil. Hey, Jamil. That's one of my best friends from high school. She was on a date, and she begged me to come on a date with her because the other guy wanted to go out with me. And, it did not go well. It was funny, though, because stuff like that, at least I was with my friend, too.
Why didn't it go well?
Well, first of all, he had on like a Q-Dog bucket hat. On a date. I get that you're in a fraternity,
right?
And, the bucket hat.
He's repping his set.
Shout out to the Qs, but this one didn't work out. And then he just kept trying to be too cool. You know how somebody's like trying to impress you, but you don't have to do all that. Like we can just. So they wanted to go to this club, and they were acting like they could get in the club and do all this and that, and then they couldn't get in.
Damn.
So I just kind of stood to the side, and then me and her went in.
Where is this guy now? He's probably
listening. It was
listening.
a long time ago.
He's probably listening.
I don't even remember what his name was. That's the only time I ever met him. Probably got his bucket hat on right now. All right, well, Lily, tell us about your worst date.
So I went on a date with this guy who I was obsessed with in high school. And a few years later, he asked me out. And the first thing he told me was, you look like you need to be.
What?
Straight to the point.
Yeah, and I was like, that's disgusting, but okay. And like, I was just so thrown off that after that, it was like, when someone's talking and they're just like blah, blah, blah in your head.
Right. You're like,
So
I couldn't listen. I'm not here.
No, I was checked out after that. And then after that, I told my friends, I was like, remember that guy from high school? And then I told them, and they were like, ew.
He has no game.
No, terrible.
You should have said, thank you, I'm going to call someone. See you later.
Honestly, that was a good one. Yeah. And you know what's funny is after that, I met a lawyer, and apparently that's her baby daddy.
Well, you dodged the bullet, girl.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, take care, Lily.
You too. Bye-bye.
What's up, Jermaine? How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
You want to tell me and beat out your worst date story?
So, I took this girl to a bar, and she told me how her sister tried to kill her. Then she said she has to get back home because she's afraid her sister's going to kill her dog.
Whoa.
What?
So, we're going back to her place, but then she gets upset because she said she needs to drink more. So, we go to a bar, and she gets super drunk, and then she steals what she thought was my phone, but she stole the bouncer's phone. So the bouncer's trying to fight me.
Oh, no.
And then I guess the bouncer's girlfriend was there, and she's trying to fight her. And she's looking at me like, hey, why are they trying to fight me for your phone? And I'm like, it's not my phone.
Now, who won the fight?
So I got us out of there in time. I threw us in an Uber, but as we got down the block, because she drove, she started screaming kidnap because I wouldn't let her drive.
Whoa.
You could have went to jail, sir.
Did the bouncer ever get his phone back?
Yeah, I gave him his phone.
Well, thank you for sharing. That sounds like at least a fun night.
No problem.
Well, if you couldn't get through, you could always leave a message. We definitely want to hear your worst date stories. 800-292-5150. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And Damon Wayans talks about not meeting his son, Damon Wayans Jr., until he was 5 weeks old. What happened? Well, he gets real honest. It's Way Up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yeetie.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
Yo.
And let's start off this UT by giving a rest in peace to Wayne Shaw, that's Too Short's older brother, who has reportedly been shot and killed in East Oakland. He was 61 years old, and he was shot yesterday on a sidewalk as multiple people attempted to ram a vehicle through the entrance of a weed dispensary. He went outside to confront the attempted robbers, but was shot, and then they fled the scene.
Damn. Hopefully they catch them.
He was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead by paramedics. So, again, our condolences to the family of Wayne Shaw.
Absolutely.
All right, Squid Game 3 has released when it's going to be coming back out, and the games are back on. Are you excited? Did you watch?
I saw the
Game?
first one. I haven't seen the second season.
You should watch it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Squid Game. So the third and final season of Squid Game will be on June 27th, and everyone is back in the game.
Let me borrow your Netflix account.
I don't think you can do that anymore.
Damn.
Sorry, B-Dot. And it's more expensive now. So get ready for that June 27th on Netflix. All right, now Kanye West previewed some new music while he was out in Tokyo. And he's talking about a lot of things, like threesomes with his wife. It feels like he shouts out Diddy. You can hear them. They don't sound that great.
Right.
Did you listen to him?
I heard a little clip.
And what'd you think? We couldn't play the one about his wife.
I can't hear it too well, so, I'm going to reserve judgment.
He talks about pulling up to the Met Gala in some Sean John. He says that.
A velour suit?
Yeah, maybe. I think that was their most popular look.
It was. I had
the
one.
black velour with the gray piping.
Yeah.
Is that the one you had?
I had that one.
Okay. He also has an interview with Justin LeBoy, and a trailer was put up, but then it was taken down. So, Justin LeBoy has his podcast now, so I guess he's going to do another in-depth sit-down. We actually saw Justin LeBoy, and he was leaving the next day to go to Tokyo.
Okay.
Lip Service did an episode with him, and he was saying that he was out the next day. So he's really outside there. All right, and YFN Lucci is supposedly coming home tomorrow. According to XXL, they confirmed that he will be released from prison on Friday.
Hopefully he can stay out of prison.
He's been in jail since May of 2021 following charges in a RICO indictment. He pleaded guilty to one count under Georgia Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. But there's been a lot of delays, but now after almost 3 years behind bars, he is able to come home. We don't know what his plans are after that, but he's coming home. I really like YFN Lucci.
Yeah, I haven't heard any music from him in a long time.
Well,
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I did a sit down with him before he went to jail.
On Lip Service?
It was during the pandemic. He flew out here, and we did a sit down for the show that I had. That was it's actually pretty good one. It sheds a lot of light on what it was like for him even trying to move around in Atlanta before he knew he had to go to jail. And it's a dangerous situation when you have kids. You don't even want to ride in the car with them because anything could happen at any time. So, hopeful for YFN Lucci to get back at it with the music.
Yes.
And stay safe. All right, when we come back, we have your Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you need to know about them anyway. And one of these is not under the radar, but we got to keep on giving you updates and talking about it. This is with this passenger jet and Army helicopter collision that just happened. American Airlines and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. We'll give you the updates that we have so far. It's Way Up.
The news, I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
Yo.
Yes, B-Dot. Man, this is really sad news for Under the Radar. So they have confirmed there are no survivors after the mid-air collision between American Airlines flight and an Army helicopter, U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. The helicopter had 3 soldiers on board, and the American Airlines passenger jet had 64 people, 60 passengers, and 4 flight crew.
That's tragic.
This collision happened Wednesday night near Reagan National Airport. The airport just reopened at 11 a.m. today because they actually had shut that down. And the National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation into the collision. Now, here's the American Airlines CEO, Robert Isom, speaking about what happened.
It collided with a military aircraft on an otherwise normal approach. And at this time, we don't know why the military aircraft came into the path of the PSA aircraft. A CRJ-700 was under the command of 4 crew members. It carried 60 passengers, as you know, for a total of 64 people on board.
Wow.
So sad.
So sad.
Now, one man, Hamad Raza, spoke to WUSA 9, and here's what he had to say about his wife being on board.
I'm just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak.
When was the last time you spoke with her?
She texted me that they were landing in 20 minutes.
Damn, it's got to be hard. I think it's like everyone's fear when you go on a plane, things like this happening.
And everybody's talking about this being preventable. How could this go wrong? What happened? They're waiting for all the information to come in from the vantage point, but again, people are saying this definitely was something that was preventable. American Airlines said the 2 pilots aboard the flight were experienced in complex commercial flight. The Black Hawk was on a training flight, but it was a fairly experienced crew that was doing an annual required night evaluation. They did have night vision goggles, so they're going to determine whether the helicopter was in the proper corridor and at the right altitude at the time of the incident.
And I'm sure they could probably find a black box at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll give more insight.
Our condolences, though, to the families and people who lost their loved ones in this situation, because this is just something that is awful and unpredictable, that like your worst nightmare come true. So we do want to give our condolences. Donald Trump said the airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It is a clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. Not good.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
All right. And a lot of people are talking about him just freezing hiring, and also people that have gotten fired for security, for aviation. So I know that's another thing that everybody's talking about. All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we also have Derek Lewis joining us. He's the author of Survive and Advance: Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. He's got a fascinating story. I know him from being a top executive president at Pepsi, and now he's got a book out. It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. What's up, B-Dot?
Good job, B-Dot.
Yo.
Let's get into this Yee. So Jeannie Mai apparently was trying to go and get her items from Jeezy's house in Georgia. That's her clothing, Emmy, photos that she left behind after the breakup. So she came to the house with her assistant, and she had a moving truck there also on the way. And she ended up calling the police because he instructed the team not to allow her inside the house. But she did say the court allowed her to do a walkthrough to check for any items, but he didn't want her inside.
But Jeezy knows better. He stashes the things at his auntie's house. He ain't going to be there.
All right. Well, anyway, here is Jeannie Mai talking to the house manager.
You just want to check on the furniture that you came with. Is that correct?
I want to do my walkthrough. That's the court order. Let me do my walkthrough, and what I'm personally checking for is my belongings. I've moved my whole life from Los Angeles to here. I also had a baby here. I lived in this house. I decorated this whole house. So, yes.
Ooh. What a bad breakup they had. Like, who would have thought it would end this way? And so she also, you knew that?
Yeah, I'm clairvoyant with these things.
Well, anyway, she also is heard telling Jeezy's lawyer, because the house manager had the lawyer on the speakerphone while she was there. Her boxes and things were damaged. She said the clothing is exposed. The garage is damp. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Damn.
Yeah, and the police took a report of the dispute, but they couldn't force Jeezy to let her inside the house. He wasn't there, but he was, his team was there. And she said a lot of her personal items were damaged. She said there were mouse traps set in the garage, presumably set for mice, which had eaten through some of the boxes, and many of her awards were broken and scratched.
Wow.
So Jeezy's lawyer said they'll have to settle this in court.
This next Jeezy album is going to be special.
I feel like you don't be addressing personal things like that.
I think you will this time.
And I know for him, this is killing him because he's so private about things, and this is not what he could ever. Their daughter's so cute, though.
Yeah, she's a cute little kid.
All right. Now, Bad Baby versus Alabama Barker. She's been making all kinds of allegations and beefing with Alabama Barker. She actually dropped a song called Overcooked where she's dissing her. Alabama Barker's a teenager, too.
That's Travis Barker's daughter.
Right. Travis Barker's daughter. And she also said that Alabama Barker and Tyga had a thing. And previously she said this about Alabama Barker.
Y'all, she was not pregnant by LB. That is not what I said. She was pregnant by Tyga. She was pregnant. She got an abortion.
What?
Yeah, so that's a bold thing to say about somebody. LB is her baby daddy, so she's trying to say she was pregnant by Tyga.
Wow.
Now, Alabama Barker responded on social media and said, I never in my life have remotely been near Tyga. I've also never been pregnant, nor do I know Soulja Boy. The end.
Whoa.
Yes. And I saw Tyga ended up trending for this.
Tyga definitely has a type. Allegedly.
And then Tyga put up a clip of 50 Cent saying, what he say F me for? And then he said, come on, ain't no way, gang. He put that up too. All right. Now, Damon Wayans revealed that he didn't meet Damon Wayans Jr. until he was 5 weeks old. And here's what he said to people.
I sent his mom to Vermont to live with her mother because I was really just running from him. I was too young. And I didn't meet Junior until he was like 5 weeks old. I remember driving up to the house and I heard him crying. And I said, here, give him to me. And I hold him and he instantly stops crying. And he's just looking up at me. And that was the moment that I realized I got to be a man for this guy.
Yeah.
Be a father to your child.
Yeah, maybe he had postpartum.
Shut up.
You can't try that now, though. Women will take you to court before the stitches heal, man.
And should.
Yeah.
If you're not going to take care of your responsibilities.
Facts.
All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Any question, we're here to help. That's 800-292-5150. IDGAF.
Everybody
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
And it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. We have Sanchez on the line. What's up, Sanchez?
What's happening, Yee? How's it going?
I'm good. You have a question for me and B-Dot?
Yeah, I do. Me and my girlfriend been broke up for about 8 months now. And I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying, I have feelings for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is, like, we split up because I caught her stealing from me, like, literally stealing money from me while I was asleep.
No.
Yeah, like Cash App. She would Cash App it from my phone to her phone, and then she'll do whatever with it after that. Even though I had feelings for her as strong as I did, should I take her back?
She's a thief.
Listen.
She stole your heart and your wallet.
Would you ever trust somebody that was doing that?
It's hard. That's the thing. You know, I mean, you're supposed to forgive, never forget.
How long have you been with her for?
We was together for 2.5 years.
Have you confronted her about it?
Oh, yeah. That's why she gone.
What did she say?
Well, of course, she denied it, like, straight up.
Oh, wow. So she didn't even own it.
No, not until, like, the last minute. Like, I had to catch her literally red-handed. She was trying to delete Cash App off of her phone. So I wouldn't see the...
If this was your friend, would you allow them back in your house?
No.
Isn't your girlfriend also supposed to be your friend?
Yeah.
Can you allow this woman back in your house?
I wouldn't fully be able to trust her.
Is that a way to have a relationship?
Not at all.
I think you know what to do. You would be mad at yourself if she does this again. And you said it's not the only time she did it. She even lied when you found out and confronted her about it. You had to catch her red-handed. You don't even know everything else she's been doing. Is there anything else missing around the house?
Well, no, that's the thing. Everything else was good until I found out about that.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, you got to dead her, man. Imagine she's spending your money on another man.
Casino.
You know what? I wasn't going to put it out there, but that's exactly what it was.
Oh!
She was doing the casino app on her phone.
Sanchez.
Oh, my God.
So she was stealing money from you, lying to you, and spending that money on another man, and you're considering taking her back?
No, not another man. She was spending it on the casino apps on the phone.
Oh! I took about the money casino. I thought it was another man. All right. Oh, on the casino. Oh, so she has a gambling problem.
Yeah. She says that she don't know more, but I don't know because we've been separated for the 8 months.
It's been 8 months, sir. Keep moving forward.
You pretty much just confirmed what I figured I needed to do. I just needed to hear it.
Yeah. You don't have no kids together, right? You're not tied together. You managed to get away for 8 months. Keep it moving. Find somebody who don't steal from you.
Right.
For sure. Hey, I appreciate that, y'all.
Trust is the foundation of a relationship.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Sanchez. Good luck.
I appreciate you. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
Let me borrow $20, Angela, before I steal it.
There's nobody has cash anymore. Good luck. All right. Well, that was Ask Yee. Somebody I know was getting stolen from, and he set the girl up because he was like, had money in my pants pocket. When I would go to bed, I would wake up and he was like, I didn't know if it was me. So he planted the money there, left the room, and she, sure enough,
It was
took that
a
money.
sting operation.
Yeah, why do you have to do a sting operation? All right, well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150 if you couldn't get through. And when we come back, Derek Lewis is joining us. He is the author of Survive in Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. He's been through a lot to get to where he is today, but he's finally retired after working at Pepsi for over 30 years, working his way from the ground up. But he's got a fascinating story. It's way up.
And I'm back. We're about to do this. One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee.
You're Way Up with Angela Yee.
Please believe that.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and this is exciting. I have Derek Lewis here. Hi, Derek.
Hey, Angela, how you doing?
He's going to be a national best-selling author with this book, Survive in Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. Now, I've known you for quite some time just from working with you through Pepsi, and then I remember when you said you were retiring from that. And I want to get into your whole story because I feel like you can know somebody and done business with them, but not know their true story. And when I read your book, it definitely taught me a lot. Because you are from D.C. and you did grow up pretty much in a single-parent home. You refer to your father by his first name.
Never called him Dad.
And how difficult was that for you to even write about that, or was it?
It brought a lot of trauma back to me. We certainly were breaking the law a lot. I was around drugs. I was around abuse. It was very difficult. And I had to be the dad, basically, to two younger brothers and be their big brother at the same time. It was very hard. There was times when I'm being a nurturing big brother, caring for them at 10, 11, 12 years old, and then I had to spank them sometimes, you know, when they got out of line. And that was a very hard thing to deal with emotionally. I let my mom down one time. I'll never forget this. This story came back up when I was writing the book. The rent money, my dad was always looking for the rent money so he could fuel his habit, substance abuse habit. And one day he came in the house and asked me where the rent money was. I happen to know where my mom used to hide the rent money. She hid it like under the carpet. And one day somehow he came on and cornered me and said, "Where's that rent money?" Again, I don't want to let my dad down. I also was scared if I didn't give it to him, what happened. And I told him where it was. And he grabbed the money, left the house. Didn't see him for another day or two. My mom got home, the expression on her face when she looked underneath that carpet. She knew he was home, asked me what he was doing home, and then she went right to the carpet because she had an idea. Money was gone. I couldn't believe how terrorized she was. She was totally panicked and got to her knees. On a kid. Got to her knees and just started screaming and crying because she didn't know how she was going to pay her rent. And I feel like I let her down. At that time, I think I'm like 9 years old. So it was hard. The stress was there, and I go to school. I got kids that are trying to pick on me. I got to defend myself there. Right. So I'm constantly like living like an adult as a child. And I had to convince myself, commit to myself that I was going to be doing the right things the rest of my life so that I am not putting my family in this situation. Or I may not even get out of the situation.
Right.
My brother didn't get out of the situation. I feel guilty for that as well. You know, I feel like I probably didn't do enough for him to get out of the situation.
Well, I mean, it's hard, and I think anybody would put that on themselves. But, it's hard. Like, you have your own family. You did everything that you could, and sometimes you can't help people that aren't going to accept that help. Right now, I'm talking to author Derek Lewis, Survive in Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. Now, another thing that helped be successful was having the right woman by your side. And we can
Amen to that.
And you almost threw that away, being
I did.
I was like, this guy, but you were young, and I'll give you grace for that.
Thank you for that. I'm looking for that. I haven't gotten a lot of that so far with people that read it, but thank you for giving me some grace on that. Yes.
Yeah, I think being in college, and she stuck to her guns and was not trying to mess with you, but you kind of knew she was the one.
I didn't necessarily know it then, but I knew it after I left and after we were separated, after I messed up. I knew that she was, and then I had to figure out, well, how am I going to go get her back? How am I going to work my way back in? I had a strategy. I mean, no doubt about it.
You have a strategy.
I had a strategy. She doesn't know that, but I had a strategy.
What's the strategy for people out there that may need some help too?
Get yourself right. Again, be the best version of yourself. You may get one more chance. I was just praying for one more chance to get some face time to show that I was in a different place, right? Now, had I messed up that moment, then this thing would have been a wrap. It would have never happened. But you got to be prepared for that moment. And thank God it worked out because our vision has been completely aligned.
Derek Lewis is here. He has a new book out, Survive in Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. I met him as a top executive at Pepsi, and he has since gone on to retire, but also open up 10 franchises of Big Dave's cheesesteaks. We have more with him and his story when we come back.
Turn it up! You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm talking to Derek Lewis, the author of Survive in Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. The book is out right now. All right, now another thing that you talk about in great detail is going to an HBCU. You went to Hampton and you're a Kappa.
Love it, love it. Yo, yo. Yo, baby, yo.
What did going to an HBCU do for you?
I think it was actually transformational. My time at Hampton, I look back on it. I'm 58 now. Those 4 years there, I still say were the best 4 years of my life, right? For obviously all the circumstances we're talking about. I got my degree. I got my job at Pepsi. I pledged Kappa. I met my wife there. I got a business management degree. I was Mr. Business Club. And so my life really went from, whatever you want to call it, double to triple what it was in terms of experiences and knowledge. And I was allowed to be myself, but also grew. I was around very smart kids, leaders, people who were getting things done, real badasses. And I thrived in that environment. Each and every semester got better and better and better. By the time I was a senior, I had a tremendous amount of influence on that campus. I was affecting change in a positive way because I learned from people in front of me how to go do it. And so that richness, that tradition still lives with us. I'm a trustee at the school, so I'm heavily involved. Our kids playing basketball there. So we're involved in school in ways that we've never have been. I was always bringing Pepsi resources back there, recruitment, community activation, brand activations. So it's really the gift that keeps on giving. Hampton is the gift that keeps on giving, and I use that work to spread out to other HBCUs too. So I wasn't just a solo act.
Right.
The only school I care about was Hampton. I care about all the HBCUs, and our efforts on recruitment, the efforts on community engagement and support was widespread. So I'm proud to be an HBCU student. There's challenges in the space, no doubt about it, raising money and funding, but I'm doing everything in my power to help try to shore those areas up and create some strategic roadmaps that could be more beneficial so we can be certainly more financially healthy. We can have a pipeline of the future leaders that are on campus or other campuses. So when you get openings, you can just basically fill them pretty quickly. And then also just keeping the spirit and traditions alive of the school.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you so much for coming through. I told you I read this entire book, Survive in Advance.
Thank you so much.
It was a fantastic read, especially because, even if you have never met Derek before in your life, you're going to love reading this book because it's something that is going to be relatable to you no matter what it is that you've gone through. There's going to be something in here that you're like, I need to do this, or I feel the same exact way about it. So, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. Congratulations on everything that you've achieved. And like I said, I love this new journey that you've embarked on. You've inspired me.
Let's
in a lot of
collaborate. I
different
want to
ways.
help you and support you in any way I can. Let's keep our friendship, partnership going. It's been great. You were exceptional to work with at my time at Pepsi, and there's a whole new chapter.
And I saw you had an amazing book launch party. I saw you post it, and I was like, I would have flew down for that one. Okay.
Well, hey, stay tuned. I'm going to do one in DC, so you get the invite.
I can make it to DC.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right, good.
All right. So Derek Lewis, Survive in Advance. This book is out today.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Thursday, B-Dot.
Good job, B-Dot.
You got your Jay-Z crew neck sweater on?
Gotta represent.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you again to Derek Lewis for joining us. Survive in Advance, Lessons on Living a Life Without Compromise. Make sure you pick up that book.
I'm motivated.
You feel motivated?
Yep.
All right. Also, thank you to everyone who called in today. We were talking about our worst dates ever. And B-Dot, you had one that came to mind.
Ooh,
Have you had a lot of bad dates, if you had to guess?
Not a lot of bad, but just unfortunate incidents. Like there was another time where a girl, I was on another double date, and her and her friend, they ran up the bill. We were at Carmine's.
Okay, sis.
No.
Oh.
No. We almost had to wash dishes that night.
Oh, man. I know you was looking like you ordered another drink.
Like, damn, girl.
Give me your best bottle. All right. Well, thank you guys for calling in for that. You know this is your show, so you have the last word.
Hey, Angela. My name is Mercedes, and I wanted to tell y'all about this terrible date I've been on, like, years ago. But basically, the guy, he invited me somewhere, I think it was, like, Buffalo Wild Wings. And, I guess he was nervous because he started, like, putting his, like, feet on top of my feet with our, our shoes on. And he had like sneakers on and I had sandals on. And I'm like, ew, can you not do that? Like, that's dirty. And then when the food came, he was dipping his fries in my water. I didn't talk to him after that.
Hey, I just wanted to see if I could shine a light on my man, Carlos. Carlos been home from federal prison a couple of years. Had a pretty hard time trying to find a job. I mean, he's a born hustler. Now it's just about doing things the right way so that he can be here for our kids. He recently lost his mom just out of nowhere, and I'm just proud of him, and I don't want him to give up. I just really want to tell him thank you.
Going way up with Angela Yee.